I need an honest answer. Am I wrong for refusing to give up my lifelong dream of being a father? Because the love of my life just told me she's changed her mind about having kids, and her reason is so compassionate. It's unbreakable. We are trapped in a nightmare with no villain.
When I met Ava, I knew she was the one. We were at a loud party, and while everyone else was watching baseball, we were the only two people who noticed our friend's old, sick cat. In a room full of noise, we found each other in a moment of quiet empathy. Pause one's everything about us was like that. We were lockstep on marriage, life, and the dream of having a family. My entire life, all I've ever wanted to be was a dad. I was adopted. I've helped raise my niece, my nephew, my cousin's kids. I even became a father figure to an ex's baby. Being a dad isn't a wish. It is my core identity. Ava understood this. She's an ESL teacher for a K-12 school. Her world is immigrant kids, foster kids, children who have seen the absolute worst of humanity. Her patience and kindness with them was one of the main reasons I fell in love with her. We were perfect. So I proposed, and we started building our life. Literally, I designed and started building a house with a special detached home for her mother, who has had multiple strokes, and her sister, who has Downs. I became their primary caretaker. Our future was set. And then, 9 months after she said yes, everything changed. Ava came to me one night and quietly told me she couldn't have children anymore. It wasn't a fight, it was a statement. She said seeing the pain and injustice these kids suffer every single day has convinced her that bringing another soul into this world is an act of cruelty she cannot commit. Pause 1. 5's her profound empathy, the very thing I fell in love with, had become the executioner of my life's dream. We're at an impasse, a heartbreaking, silent war where both sides are right. She can't betray her conscience. I can't amputate my own soul. I'm building a home for a family that may never exist, and I'm faced with an impossible choice: abandon my deepest purpose, or abandon the woman I love and the vulnerable family that now depends on me entirely. Our love is perfect, but it's not enough. Hello, I'm Dr. Julian Reed. This is one of the most tragic and complex situations a couple can face. It is a perfect, clinical example of a core identity impasse. This is not a simple disagreement, it is a collision of two fundamental, unchangeable aspects of who these people are. For Cameron, fatherhood is not a desire, it is his raison d'etre. His reason for being, forged by a lifetime of caregiving and his own history as an adoptee. For Ava, her decision is not a preference, it is a moral imperative forged in the crucible of daily trauma she witnesses at work. This is a psychological condition I call vicarious trauma conversion, where a caregiver's empathy becomes so profound that it converts into a core, protective belief system. There is no villain here. This is the devastating reality that sometimes two people can be perfectly compatible in love, but catastrophically incompatible in purpose. Ava's empathy, the very trait that made Cameron fall in love with her, is the source of the impasse. This is a cruel, paradoxical trap. The complex web of caretaking for her family adds another layer of what we call benevolent entrapment. Cameron's own kindness and responsibility have made it exponentially harder to leave, creating a situation where any choice he makes will result in profound loss and guilt. So the real question isn't about who is right or wrong. The real question is this: in a battle between a deeply ingrained purpose and a deeply felt principle, can love survive? Or is it the first casualty in a war where no one can win? Let me know what you would do in this impossible situation. This is a conversation that truly matters.